Okay, you guys, ready to do Married at First Sight. And guess what? Christina is homeless. All this talking she be doing, all this bragging she be doing, and she ain't got no place to stay. I don't know what's going on. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Kourtney, and welcome to our channel. My husband Eddie, of course, is not here because this review I'm doing all by myself. Let me tell you what this channel is all about. This channel is about Kourtney and Eddie. We do relationship topics, we do reviews, and right now I'm doing Married at First Sight. Name of it, The Honeymoon is Over. So before we get into it, let me tell you, for the new people that has just joined this channel and you're sitting back and ready to watch this review that I'm about to give, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Make sure that that button is gray and not red if you're watching this via YouTube. Make sure that you're gonna like this video if you like it once I'm finished, and comment down below and let's get the conversation going, because we be doing some stuff in them comments, y'all. And if you're watching us via Facebook, make sure that you like as well as follow, and make sure you do what? Comment down below. Now, we got all that out the way. Let's go ahead and get into it because this is pretty lengthy. I did like this episode because it got more into depth with each individual couple. So it first starts off, now y'all know that they're getting back from their honeymoon, right? And I got my notes. So if I'm looking down sometime, I'm looking at my notes. I'm not that brilliant yet to hold and retain all that information without taking notes. Okay, so the honeymoon is over and the couples are moving into their apartment. It used to be back in the day with Married at First Sight that they would move into either one of them's dwelling place, but now I guess for I think maybe a couple of seasons they now have given them an apartment to move into, so they stay in the same apartment building, but they're all in that particular building. So they're looking at their living place and their dwelling place and stuff like that. And Amelia and Bennett, Bennett is so giddy. He is just in heaven, y'all. He is feeling his wife. He's loving where they are right now, the relationship. He is just giddy. Yeah. So everybody's getting a chance to view the apartment and everything. Karen and Miles, they she said one thing that she did say, that she does have a hang up on the age. I think she said she liked older men. So I don't understand that part of, I don't know how the experts do that. Do they go past what you may put down as a preference? I don't know. But they was going to view an apartment. He was saying he gonna put his game box right there, and I could tell she had a reservoir. She was like, game box, like, you know, when men play Game Boys and Game Box, sometimes people say that as a sign of immaturity, because some men let me say that. Some men like to play it, like my husband like to play it, but he don't play it that much. If you play it on occasion, that's fine, but if you playing it all the time, not working, not doing the things that you need to do, then that's a bit much. So you got to put everything in its perspective places, and I guess maybe she's thinking Game Boy, kid, stuff like that or whatever. But she was saying, you know, that she got stuff in her apartment that, you know, she needs help for him to move in. And she was like, that's the best part about having a husband. I said, okay, now you saying husband. We're going to stop with the stranger. Karen, stop sending mixed signals. Is that part of having a stranger? Now, you know, I'm just saying. Christina, they get a chance to go in there, viewing their apartment and everything, and Christina don't like nothing. She didn't like the pillows. She didn't like this. She didn't like that. Girl, for a person that ain't got nowhere to stay, you need to stop, not complain. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, I don't know if Christina did she stay with her mom? I don't know her living arrangements to say that she was completely homeless. I don't know where you stayed at, but just by what she said on this episode, she ain't got nowhere to stay. So you need not complain, baby girl. Olivia seemed mad. Now, Olivia and Brett. Olivia seemed a little mad. She seems to be a little mean. I thought she was the sweet girl. She really showing her layers. So all of her layers is coming off. She was going through the apartment. She was like, oh, this is gonna be really small for 3 cats. I'm like, girl, I didn't know you was like this. I didn't know, nurse practitioner, really. All right, so Woody and Amani view their apartment. Amani is very nervous about just this new life that she's about to spend. Of course, they were on their honeymoon. Everything is nice on your honeymoon. It is. But when you get back to real life, you get to see how each other lives. You get to see their temperament, their anger, their happy days, all that stuff. It can really and truly change. So she's afraid that that's what's going to happen. Okay, so now let's go to, they've been married for 8 days, and everybody's going to see where their spouse live. Now, this is where you can see. Now, I know when a person's dwelling place, where they live, where they sleep, it tells a lot about a person. You know, how clean they are, how not clean they are, or, you know, if they're a hoarder, or just, it kind of tells a lot about a person. So this is where you get to see their personality, so to speak. So let's go to Olivia's house, Ms. Bougetto. All right. Britt said that her place is a rental. Anybody who rents is throwing away money. So yeah, he is pretty much gone putting it out there that, yeah, you throwing away your money. And y'all, they just seem to have some tension. But anyway, both of them talked down about where each other stayed. I did not like that. He talked now in her face. And I think when it came to her house, she was getting him back. I don't know who went to whose house first, but I'm assuming that the way it was edited, that's the order they went. And he said, he talked about her bathroom being all pink. He said that she said that her house was close to her job. And he said, it's not for me. Like, it's like everything she doing, he's shooting down. She said that, do you like it? Do you want to live here? He was like, well, we'll talk about it. We'll see. So he's not feeling it. He really and truly don't want to be in no rental. Okay, so now let's move on to Amelia's house. Amelia has 4 roommates. Her place is huge. Amelia's house Bennett said that she seems to have more of a stable place, a stable living, a stable life. And he's a little intimidated by that. He feels like, you know, she got her stuff together. He don't, you know. And yeah, he feel like, you know, she doing things and his place is small. So he's a little intimidated about it. He said, wow, you was a homecoming queen. I'm just saying, yeah, don't let that intimidate you. Don't really don't. So let's move on to Brett's house, which is Olivia and Brett. Brett said he owns his own house. Kudos to you, bro. I mean, kudos to you. You were single. You own your own house. What woman wouldn't want a man to have his own house, not paying rent, not paying a mortgage? His house is paid for. Can't nobody put you out of that. That's yours. And his kitchen is huge, so he is proud of his house. She said his house is messy. It looks like a bachelor pad. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It is a bachelor pad. The man just got married to you not too long ago. Like, not too long ago. Just came off the honeymoon. Duh. And Brett said that he made her feel like trash, like poop. You know, he felt like this wasn't good enough for you. So, in my opinion, because they now know how much each other makes, I think Brett may be a little intimidated by her taste. And she may be seeming a little bougie by her taste. You know, she seems to be on a higher scale than him when it comes to things. She wants to travel, but her place didn't look that great either. I mean, her place of rental, and it really didn't look all that cute. So I'm like, girl, it looked about the same. It looked like empty floors and all that stuff. It ain't like it was on HGTV makeover or something like that. It just looked regular. So yeah, his house looked bigger, and you in a rental. Make it work. You can go over there with him. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Bennett's house. Y'all, Bennett got the little tiny house, Now, truly, I think his house probably was on HGTV. You want a tiny house? So I took a picture myself, and I'm gonna put it right here of his tiny house for those that don't watch this or haven't watched it yet and only watched this review. the house is Tanta. Tanta house, Tanta house. And he knows it's a tiny house. So she was like, well, where do you go for the restroom in the kitchen? He was like, across the street. I don't know if across the street is neighbors, friends, or what, but he was like, he go across the street. Now, God forbid you got to go to the restroom in the middle of the night. I don't know what's across the street, but do you have a key to get over there? And so she said, well, when she first walked in, and she was like, what? She couldn't believe it. She could not believe it. You know, everything is just right there. I can stand right here and be in Bennett's house. Yeah, that's it. That's all you're going to see. That's it. That's it. So he got his clothes. He got all of his like rugs and stuff like that. So it looks cute, but as a woman, I wouldn't want to stay there. I'm just saying, I need my space. So she was like, oh, it's not that much space at all. But come to find out, she ended up loving it. He was very intimidated. He didn't know how she was going to take it, but she liked it. You know, she like anything that man do right about now. Okay, so let's move on to the conversations with, let's go and do an everybody apartment. They didn't do it in this order, but I'm gonna do it in this order. So Miles' apartment, Karen and Miles, she got to see where he stayed at, and his she was a little scared because she said his family said he was messy. And he was like, oh, I'm not that messy, like, you know, come on, my dad over exaggerated, you know, I'm not that messy. So she said he got a lot of shoes, and she went through some stuff, and she was like, what is this, and so, you know, they talked about that, and it didn't seem to be that messy, you know, not to me. And she said, you got more shoes than me. So now let's go on to Karen's apartment. And Karen's apartment, you know, she got a lot of shoes too. So she said it felt weird having somebody in her place, you know, in her apartment. But she did say that, you know, it's going to be taking some adjustment to get used to it, to staying with a person. And so her place went in her closet. She got a lot of shoes. She got a lot of clothes, just like he do. So I don't know. They probably have just one room for clothes and shoes, you know, and that's what works. It works. All right. So let's move on to Henry's studio apartment. And truly that kitchen was studio. They didn't even make the O on it. It's studio. Because the kitchen, you walk down the little step, baby, that was it. Your kitchen, your refrigerator, everything right there. You just moving like this. Just move it like that. Just move it. So Christina was saying that his place was tiny. Says the person that has no place. She said she liked to cook. How do you cook on the engine of your car? Do you cook on the heater? Like, where you cook? How do you cook? Where you go? Your mama house to cook? Just say that. If you stay with your mama, it's okay. Just say that. Woody stay with his grandmama. Ain't no judgment. Christina is homeless. Next. Let me go back. Christina said that she really and truly, she said that, you know, most of her stuff is in her car. She has half in storage and she has half at in California or somewhere like that. And he said, well, I thought you said that you stayed at the CBD. Now, I'm not from New Orleans, so I don't know what the CBD is. I don't know if it's a district or area. And the camera did. I told y'all that they don't like her. The producers do not care for her, so they went back with their shady self and they showed what she said. She stayed. He was like, where you stay? Oh, down. And he said, oh, down in the CBD area. I guess at that point, that was where her car was parked. That's where she lived at, the CBD area. So that's where she stayed. All right, so yeah. Next. So let's start off with Amani and Woody. Pastor Kyle is making his rounds to all the couples, and so he's starting off with them. And I think he asked the question was, you know, what is it that you liked about your spouse, you know, when you first met her? Like, what is it that you know, saw? And he was like that she's beautiful, but not only that she's honest. So he always wanted that in a wife, to be honest. Well, Amani is definitely that. Don't look like she bite her tongue, no matter how slow she talk. She don't seem like she bite her tongue. So, and I think somebody liked my Amani impersonation last time. So, Amani said that, so he said that she was honest and all that stuff or whatever. He wanted that in a wife. And they didn't show what she liked about him, but, you know, they do have chemistry together. He did ask, did they, you know, go ahead and consummate their marriage? And, you know, they was like, yeah, you know, they all up on each other. And so he would say, did y'all use protection? And she like, Amani like, well, she said one time we did. And so he was like, well, Woody said he was shooting for a honeymoon baby, because Pascal was like, y'all know y'all can't have children, like, you know that, right? And so she was like, yeah, I knew it, we did it that one time, but after that, because we're not trying to have kids right now. And Pastor Cal said, well, have you guys gotten into in-depth as far as your marriage? Have y'all talked about some real deep issues, some situations and stuff? How far did you go? Because the silliness, the giddiness, all that stuff will wear off. We need for y'all to just go deep. Right now you may be surface, so go deep. So he asked the question as far as, what is your boundaries that would affect you negatively? Like, what is your triggers? And Woody said that if you make anything surprising, if you do anything surprising, to me, far as cutting your hair. He used that for an example. Amanda said, cutting my hair. You can't tell me how to do my hair. You can't tell me what to do with my hair. This is my hair. So he was like, well, if you cut your hair, it need to be something that we discuss. I ain't married to no bald wife. So that became an issue for Amanda. It's like, listen, ain't no man finna tell me what to do with my hair. If I want to cut it, color it, twirl it up, braid it up, twist it up, afro it up, whatever I want to do is my hair. I shouldn't have to come to you first, then say, can I? Or let me tell you what I'm finna do. And he was like, basically, I'm attracted to you. So, and if you got a bald head, I ain't gonna be attracted. She was like, what? If I got a bald head, you ain't gonna be attracted to me? Pascal was saying, well, what if she got alopecia? He said, now that's different. If she got some kind of health issues or something like that, that's fine. I still be attracted to her, but I want us to talk about it. And he explained why. He said because when he was in a situation in his past relationship, the girl ended up getting pregnant, and she went ahead and got rid of the child before even consulting him and talking to him about it. He understand that that's her body, but he felt like they should talk about it. Well, that part and cutting her hair is totally different. So I understand why Money feels. She feels like she don't want no man to control her in that way, because she may get in a situation where she feel like coloring, and she headed to the shop and said nothing to him, feel like cutting it all off, and she, so that's the point that he made. So those are things that I think that the things that they will probably discuss. She said, now I'll talk to you about it, or tell you, I understand what you're saying, but we'll talk about it. But anyway, that may be an issue down the road and stuff like that. So I don't know. And Pascal was like, the longer you get married, the more this stuff gonna come up. So there's definitely things that y'all need to talk about. And he said, what happens if the attraction goes away? That's what, they were saying, like, if you gonna leave because the attraction go away. And he was like, no, but the cutting the hair thing, anyway. Let's move right along to Brett and Olivia. So Pastor Kyle is sitting down talking to them, and he can tell there's been tension. It's been tension with them. You can look at them, they tight. And she looked mad all the time now. Instead of that nice smile she used to have, she ain't got that no more. It's just straight face. So Olivia said that her marriage is harder than what she expected. And they just 7 days in. Baby girl, 7 days and it's already harder than what you expected. What did you expect? I want to know. They both are attracted to each other, but Pascal asked, Olivia, do you want to be intimate with him eventually? I know that y'all are not now, but do you want to? She was like, yeah, eventually. There were times when she thought about it. So he's just trying to, Pascal just trying to make sure that there's chemistry going on. And I know it's Calvin, Pastor Calvin, but I think we call him Pastor Cal. They do. So Olivia is a nurse practitioner. She says she wants a husband that can afford to live the life, not one that is putting money into his house. So that didn't make sense to say that, because whenever you have a house, you're going to put money into it. So do you just want to rent forever and call your landlord to fix the stuff in your house because you want to not put money in your house? His house is paid for, so any maintenance that would be done, it would be done, just out of pocket. Every house called for maintenance. So that seemed a little crazy to say that. I don't know. She says she wants to travel the world. She says she needs help with her budget. Now Brett said, you said you need to budget. And she said, no, I didn't say I need to budget my money. I need for you to help me with the budget. So, he seems to be the budgeting type. Brett is in his feelings because he said that it sounds like she's saying, you can't afford to be with me. You can't afford my lifestyle or nothing like that. So just forget about it. Just go somewhere. So he's in his feelings. So the finances right now is already an issue. Pascal said finances is not the number one issue in a marriage. It's communication about the issues. So it's a lack of communication about the finances. So he was like, he can see all the tension, building up. And so she started crying and Brett got up and walked away. Now, according to the clips, we thought that he was walking away to leave, but he asked I said, nah, he going to get her some tissue. He walked away to get some tissue for her because she started crying. And I thought there was a sincere moment. I was like, yes, yes, yes. So I did like this part. I think that they will have to learn to communicate better when it comes to finances. And she was just saying that, she don't know how to communicate that to them. I think that they can have a good balance, even though she may make more than him. I think, they can save money up for traveling, put it to the side, build it up. I don't think that he's saying that he don't want to travel. He was just saying the way she was saying, I can't afford to travel like you. I can't afford. He was like, what if I can't afford it? So she was like, do she go by herself? So, they'll get past it. They'll get past this. He said, Pascal was like, you are not each other's enemy. And that's one thing that you need to know when you're in marriage, that you're not each other's enemies. Like, we not trying to fight against each other. We're just trying to fight to resolve the issue. It's the issue, but it's not each other. Okay, so let's move on to Pastor Cal and Christina and Henry. All right. Y'all heard that outside? That's basically how I feel. All right. What do you feel right now in your relationship? Ooh, yeah. Christina, basically, she was just saying that as far as Henry, he has good qualities, but she's used to a man to say, ooh, you're the beautiful thing I ever seen. And they date for 5 years. Baby. Honey. Child. That's all it took. And for a man to say, you so beautiful, and now I'm going to put you in a relationship for 5 years. Okay. All right. And you call Henry slow. Okay, so that's a pickup line. That's why you ain't never been married. These my own personal thoughts and notes. That's why you ain't never been married, because that's pickup line. And now they locked you down for 5 years. What happened in those relationships? I can't remember. She said, don't even feel like going back in the confines of my mind to think about it. Because at this point, they seem polar opposite. Pascal was there, said, is there any physical intimacy? And they was like, no. Henry said something about a song, and he explained it, but I ain't even want to write all that down. Pascal said, what's keeping you from making a move on her? Like, what is it? Are you attracted to her? He said, I think she's beautiful. He said he thinks she's beautiful. Now, let me tell you one thing. It's okay. You can think a lot of people are beautiful, but do you have chemistry with that person? And I don't think that Henry has chemistry with Christina. He said she complained a lot. She's very impatient. But he was like, but those are just flaws. Like, that shouldn't keep you from having chemistry. Look at her. She's sassy. She's a diva. See, that's what she liked. That's what she used to hearing. And Henry's not telling her that. So it's like, So, if you want to work at it, you're going to have to work hard. And, Henry had so many twitching and titching in this. I don't know if it's Tourette's. I think somebody said on another video I was watching, it may have been Tourette's. I don't know. It was a lot of twitching. And he looked mad. For the first time, to me, normally sometimes he looked blank, but he looked mad this time. All right, let's move on to Amelia and Bennett. All right, we almost through with these couples. All right, so I'm going to say the best for last. The both of them are really attracted to each other. You can tell. Pastor Cal can tell their chemistry. They seem to may have non-traditional roles when it comes to marriage. You know, she may be working, he taking care of the kids, because they did talk about kids and they did agree. You know, maybe they'll have kids, maybe they'll adopt, whatever. Whenever the time comes, it'll come. She may be working and he taking kids. He may be, you know, practicing his music and everything, writing songs, and she take care of the kids. So, you know, they're in a good place with that. Now, this is where the problem is. Bennett said, how do you feel about her residency? Because her residency may cause her to move. So how do you feel about that? And so he was like, well, basically when the time comes, we'll see about that. I really don't want to move. I got, you know, my job here. I have things here, family, all that stuff. So I'm not looking to move. And so Pascal was like, that may be an issue, because once she get finished, they may tell her to go here. They may tell her to go there. What do you feel about that? And so he said, he didn't know just yet. He said, it's a question of his priorities, and he'll deal with it in that junction in his life. And Pascal said, well, you know, y'all need to talk about that, because that may be a problem. And all their happiness, that may be a problem. Okay, so now let's move on to the final couple. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Karen and Miles. Okay, so Pastor Kyle sat down and talked to them. And Karen said that she didn't feel married. We know that because you've been calling the man stranger. So we get that. I got that. Miles is totally attracted to her. He thinks she's beautiful, you know, all that stuff. He has all these emotions and feelings for her. Karen said that he's very handsome. She didn't say that to me that she was attracted to him, but she was like, he's very handsome. And it's like she stopped at that. You know, I think that Miles plays off, you know, of trying to make her ease. So maybe in order for him not to get his feelings 100% hurt by her body language or whatever, he plays a lot just to ease the awkwardness, I guess you could say. It's hard for her to get, you know, certain stuff out. It's hard for her to talk. Karen said that she hasn't had PDA because Pastor Kyle did ask, you know, are y'all affectionate, you know, and stuff, do y'all touch? And I was like, yeah, but as far as the public, you know, affection, she was like, it's hard. She haven't had PDA in so long. And he was like, are you a virgin to affection? She was like, well, no. She said it's just hard for her to trust. So again, I would say this, and I said it on previous videos, Karen was not ready to come on this show. It was almost like pulling you out the fire into the frying pan. It's like you still dealing with the issues of your past. To me, when you come on shows like this, you should have some things in order. You know, we're not perfect, but you should at least deal with your emotions, your mental state, your heal from past relationships the best you know how. Did she seek therapy? She seems very standoffish and closed. Did somebody pay her to get on this show? I don't understand, because she doesn't seem willing at all. I know that it's Miles and maybe the chemistry is not there and the attraction not there or whatever, but you know, I still got hope for them, y'all. I really, really got hope for them. I think that Karen is going to end up coming around. Yep, she coming around. They ain't hopeless. She coming around. She coming around. All right, so he said, well, what is the fear? Why are you so afraid of letting your feelings out? And so she was like, I'm afraid of being hurt again. You know, she explained that, you know, she was in a previous relationship where the guy had a child outside of their relationship, and she's like, I don't want to go through that again. And so he was like, well, is Miles displaying that? Miles, you know, he explained he's not going to hurt her. And so she was like, well, that sounds good, you know. She just don't know how things are going to work. So he was like, I'm here. So he began to ask Miles, like, what is it that you desire out of a relationship? He was like, as long as she happy, I'm happy. No. Because Pastor Cal said, I want you to make sure that you're getting what you need out of this relationship as well. You know, and so Karen was like, I want to caution you to always meet your needs as well, not just about me, but he's making everything about her. He wants her to be comfortable. He's a giver. He wants her to be comfortable. He want to make sure that she's straight and he himself be on the back burner. A person gets tired of that. It's going to wear out in a few months. if it ain't wearing out slowly for him, because I can tell on the facial expression sometimes he's getting his feelings hurt. I do. So she was like, don't do that, because I want to see the real you. I want to see, you know, every facet of you. So don't do that. And Pastor Kyle was like, what do you need, Miles? And Miles still don't know what he needs. You know, what I think Miles needs is affection. He needs affection. Yeah, they may not be in the love part now, but he needs affection. Maybe affirmation, stuff like that. He seems to be, his number one love language is affection. Yeah, and quality time. So yeah, that's what he needs, affection. Pastor Kyle said, let me tell you something. When he said that, you know, as long as she happy, I'm happy, he said, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house. I was like, yes, Lord, that's perfect. Because it's not, and I'm a wife, it's not all about pleasing the wife all the time and the husband just get ousted. It's not 80-20. You know, it should be 100% of both of you guys doing what's necessary to build the marriage up. So it shouldn't just be one-sided. So again, Miles don't know what he wants. And next week seems to be real good, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, like I said, please make sure that you subscribe to this amazing channel. We have so much other content coming for you. Make sure that you, if you're watching this via Facebook, make sure that you like as well as follow. And make sure that you comment down below. I really enjoy the comments from you guys. I really do. I enjoy hearing everybody's opinion. You don't always agree with me, and that's okay. We can always agree to disagree as long as we're respectful, and you guys are. So I enjoy the commentary. I enjoy the commenting down below and talking back with you guys. And sometimes I ain't even in the conversation. Y'all talking amongst each other. That's fine with me too. So again, thank y'all so much. I appreciate all the love and support you guys are showing on this channel. And I think that's all I got. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm super excited about next week, and let's see what happens. Bye, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.